I'm wanting to share with you my attempt to make our showering experience more relaxing, more peaceful and calm. It's been sort of a stressful type of activity, which a shower should not be. It should be relaxing and soothing. And it's been stressful because there are just so many in our A-liner LXE camper, which we have here. There are just a lot of things to hang up, put away, lots of things moving around inside the shower, on the ground, finding the soap, the shampoo. So basically I need to just make it simpler like a regular shower. And I just wanted to start off by saying this has really been a huge surprise. I mean, we bought this in 2016. And honestly, the first year, I don't think we used it we used it on one car camping trip. That was before we had purchased our A-liner. And but since then, we haven't changed the batteries even once, and it's still going. I think we've taken 50 showers with it, and it's still working. I don't understand why. I mean, normally I would think D-size batteries, it seems like they wear out in a flashlight pretty quickly, but these are still going. So I wanted to just talk about how great this has been for us, and you can find it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. So some of you are probably wondering, why are we using a battery-operated shower pump? Well, one of the reasons is in the winter, we love camping in the fall and the spring and winter, some of the winter when it's basically freezing at night, and we don't want our pipes to freeze, so we have to be concerned about the tanks and the water pump freezing. So during the summer, you're probably wondering, okay, so why not in the summer? And the reason is basically pure kind of laziness on our part, because when we got our trailer, we tried doing the de-winterizing procedure, and we followed the videos of Going Nowhere Fast, and it took us the better part of an entire day to do all the steps and all the different washings, and it just seemed like a lot of work, and the thought of having to do that again just doesn't seem that appealing. And during the winterizing process, you have to dump some RV antifreeze that was inside the trailer and some bleach. Use some bleach to clean out the tanks, and we really didn't like the idea of getting those chemicals on us and washing them down the driveway into the storm drain. We're used to camping with just the jugs of water, and in fact a lot of A-liner owners have to bring in their own jugs if they're camped in a place for very long, because the water tank's only 11 gallons and the water heater is 6 gallons. You can't stay anywhere that long on that amount of water. Our water use is around 7 gallons a day for the two of us, taking showers every other day, and we've managed to carry around 30 gallons at one time in our rig and the trailer. Our next step is to weigh the rig and see if we can maybe bring more water and be able to stay out even longer. We also, just as a backup, bought the Suaoki portable 12-volt shower, thinking that we wouldn't want to use batteries so much, we'll use the 12-volt in our trailer. And I'm sorry to report, it's just been sitting in storage underneath in the box, never opened. I opened it today and it's not working. Now it does have some warnings in here about, don't freeze, don't get it too hot, don't do this and don't do that. So I'm not overly impressed with this right now. Other people on Amazon have gotten it to work just fine. When I plug this in, and you can see how I've kind of destroyed it here, I guess. So you could blame it on that, but honestly, I'm telling you, when I plugged this in, this red light was on and it would not turn on. So I thought I would check out the fuse. The fuse was not severed that I could tell. I tried to figure out how to put this back together, but honestly, I'm so happy with this one. I think I'm just going to save this for a really rainy day when I have nothing to do. So we've taken this on our very freezing camping trips. It's been 20 degrees or 19 in our trailer at night. I haven't noticed that it's affected this unit at all. So this one sprays the same volume of water, according to what I've read, as this one. People report this sprays too much water, and the shower heads are very different. This one's been great. Because it's a narrower shower head, it gives a lot of more of a feeling of high pressure, even though it's not very high pressure. I wouldn't use it to wash off things outside. That it's not, the pressure just isn't there for washing off your car and stuff like that. It has a longer hose than this one. This one has, I think, 8 feet, and this has 10. So this one, you can string the hose wherever you need it to go. The one problem with this thing is that it won't, you know, how do you point that? If you hold it in your hand, no problem. But a lot of times you need to do other things in the shower besides hold the shower head. You need to shave or use the washcloth or something. I'd like to get this in a more fixed position so we don't have to be messing with it quite so much. So I'm going to show you how this is really simple and cheap, just PVC pipes, and you basically thread it on here. I'll show you how it goes on. And then this is a wall hanger that cost almost nothing. This was $6, and this piece of ABS plastic was $3 on Amazon, and this is just some bungee cord tied in the back, a couple holes drilled. The only thing I need to work on is getting these bolts. I need to shave these bolts down. They're a little bit too long and kind of scratching things.
And you can use this hanger in an outdoor pop-up shower if you have one. I'll show you that in a minute. And you can use the hanger on your A-liner built-in shower if you happen to have one. This is the indoor shower head that we're not using. Here it is shown holding the outdoor shower head that came with our trailer, which we're also not using.
The one thing that isn't the greatest about this is when you load the D batteries, it'll seem, sometimes you'll close it up, it seems like it's just dead. Well, it's just very sensitive to how you put the batteries in. You have to keep fidgeting with that and to get it to work. But once you get it, we've kind of thrown this around in the shower bucket that we have all our shower stuff in, and it hasn't had any problems since we got the batteries working. Also, this has a rubber gasket around it. It's water resistant, but they say you should not submerge this in the shower water. You can submerge, of course, this is the pump end that we stick into our shower bucket, a 3-gallon Walmart stock pot that we just heat over the stove. And this goes in, we put it next to the shower before we start showering. It hasn't been clogged yet. I think there's a way to clean the filter eventually. You know, the electrical cable seems to have, it has a pretty long electrical cable if you have an issue with reaching from wherever your water source is to this push button unit where you turn it off and on. And when we're taking a Navy shower, we just push this off and on many times to make sure we're not wasting water when we're camping, which is a big issue. Now granted, when I say 50 showers, these are all Navy showers. Basically, we've worked it down to using, for the two of us, my husband and myself, we're using 3 gallons, 2.5 a couple times, between the two of us every time we take a shower, and we're only showering every other day, which might sound kind of yucky to some people who don't go camping, but actually in between, we haven't gotten that dirty, and we just, you know, wash off with some warm water at the sink and don't take a full shower.
So to make this project, you need a piece of ABS plastic. I'll put a link on Amazon. You need this shower attachment wall screw-in plastic gizmo. I'll put a link on, it's on Amazon, $6, and it's for holding a handheld shower. You need some paracord, stretchy, you know, this is actually bungee cord, but the narrow type, but you can even use probably regular wire or cord of some sort. And you'll need a couple of bolts to bolt through the back. I had to wrap the ends of this paracord because it frays pretty quickly. There's probably some better way to do that, and I'm not that familiar with how to work with the bungee cords yet. Here's the explosion of all the parts. This is 1/2-inch PVC. This is one of the tricky things. I had to file down one end because this actually tapers. As you push this in, the gray area tapers down, and it ends up wobbling a lot if you don't shave it a little bit. This is just a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch sprinkler pipe glue-in fitting. This is 3/4 inch 45 angle, just a piece of an old piece. Look at how yellow that is. An old piece of 3/4 inch pipe, 3/4 inch 45 degree, 3/4 inch pipe, 3/4 inch glue both ends, straight connector. And this is just here to show you that this is the end that the nozzle would go in. And one of the more difficult things about the project was cutting this ABS plastic. It was a 12 inch by 12 inch piece. Had to cut it in half with a circular saw, and then I decided to angle the ends so that it wouldn't be poking things quite as much. You sand it down after you've cut it. It was just tricky getting this cut and getting the right. You have to get either a concrete or hacksaw blade for your electric saw and clamp it down to a workbench. But if you can do that, you can get it done. It's really pretty rigid. I mean, I was considering plexiglass, but this is stiffer. And you need to drill 4 holes, 2 for the shower head holder, and 2 for the cable to go through the back. And you have to really tie the knot very tightly or it will come undone. Okay, here's how you assemble it. So this thing comes off. And you just thread this through here. Sometimes it doesn't go in perfectly, so you might have to disassemble. You know, this part can come off, all of it can come apart. But see, I've already got it through there. So just thread that through. Oh, pull that through, push that through, put this together, and put this back on. The end. And there you've got it. You just pull it back down, ready to go in the shower. And of course, once you've got this put together, it just force fits down on this holder. Sometimes if you jiggle it too much, it'll fall off, but that's camping life. And here it is installed, of course temporarily, for the shower in the A-liner, in our A-liner ALXE model. This just hooks over. This is hooking over a command hook, the clear plastic type, but it's reinforced with 3M mirror tape on the back so that it doesn't come down as easily. Here's your tube. Here's the push button to turn it on. This is a convenient shelf here, but if you don't have a shelf, there are these little hanger things on the sides. You could probably hang it with something. It is a little bit heavy with the 4D batteries in there. And then here is the water. And there's plenty of extra hose, which is good news. That's pretty good water pressure. And if you need to turn it, you can turn it a little bit. Just don't pull on it too hard. I also got this shower caddy on Amazon, and there are a whole lot of these different ones that are mesh, and it seems to be having no problem. That command hook up there, again, that's not put on with the command hook adhesive. That's using the 3M mirror tape, because the command hook adhesive is weaker, I believe. It's not having any trouble supporting the weight of the shampoo. It seems to be on there pretty firmly. I can pull on it. It's not doing anything. So that's where we'll put our shampoo and our soap. You could even use this inside of your outdoor tent shower, but you have to use a special connector at the top. We didn't have any hooks at the top of ours. This is a Wolfwise. I got ours to work with a tarp clamp. I'll put a link in the description. So that's it. Happy showering!